Hey, you listening? Yeah, you. The man who's been told to man up. The guy who's been holding it together for everyone. The dude who is silently falling apart behind half a smile. If that's you, welcome to the fucking episode. How you doing, Justin?
Doing good, bro. You?
Oh, man, I'm doing all right. The minor fact of a little bit of bronchitis, but I'm okay. We're doing okay. I got to go see Dr. Honey.
Acute bronchitis.
Yeah, she was acute, and I got bronchitis. So she diagnosed me with herself.
You should have told her that.
So in the name of June, which is Men's Mental Health Month, this episode is dedicated to us and all you other guys out there who've been struggling with mental health as of late, okay? And honestly, it shouldn't take a whole ass month to remind us that men have fucking feelings too. Mm-hmm. But here we are, so let's talk about it, okay? So usually on the basis, we've been raised on a culture that teaches us as men or men in general to suppress everything. So have you ever been told, like, don't cry or don't show weakness in your life?
Oh, yeah.
By people, your peers, dad, brothers, whatever?
Yep.
Yeah. No, because we get told that shit a lot, you know, as don't cry or don't be weak or don't talk about your feelings, just fucking get over it. You know, and a lot of the times we end up suppressing that shit, and it just eats you up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, keep it locked in, man. Don't be ashamed to cry.
I'm not afraid to cry.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris.
I've never been either. Yeah.
So you're a dad now. So how would you go over that with Draven? You know what I mean? About his feelings and about feeling as a little boy, you know, becoming a young man and so on.
He's learned to really deal with that and kind of express his feelings the past 6 months, man, about everything we've been going through. My mental awareness month was going on the past 6 months or the past 5 years or all our lives.
Yeah,
but
no.
Yeah, it's sad, you know, that he had to like experience and go through that, but he's dealing with it pretty good, man. I think, you know, the best way I can teach him and show him how to get his feelings out, you know.
Yeah.
Express them, especially as a young boy, you know.
Growing up.
Young child. He's a child now, so, yeah.
Yeah, growing up to become a young man, you know, and my dad was never there in my life, like ever, not even a little bit. So my mom was there, but not that she was absent, but she was always working. So I was always on my own or with my brothers or my friends, whatever.
There's two brothers in here.
Yeah, they were there, but I mean, they did their own thing. You know, so it was kind of like me and Jay, we hung out a lot, but we also went our separate ways. The only thing my mom ever told me was when it came to women is don't be weak. My mom was the only person to tell me don't be weak. Mm-hmm. Like, don't let women have that effect on you.
Yeah, same. All my aunts, you know, on my mom's side, grew up with a lot of women.
Same.
Yeah, so, yeah, definitely. And yes and no. They told me to like not be like keep it locked in, and it's all right to express your feelings. I mean, they're women, so of course, you know, they're gonna tell you like, hey, express yourself, and you know, don't keep it locked in. And if you get it off your chest and whatever, it's okay. But of course, the stuff that I went, you know, the life that I had growing up, I still didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't express myself like that.
Yeah,
you know, not until like mid-20s, late 30s, or early 30s, I started, you know, especially these past 5 years.
Like expressing on how you feel as a person.
And then when I did, it was too much for them.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, well, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Like, you told me to do this, and then when I actually express how I feel, it's too much.
Yeah.
And I'm a monster, and I'm crazy.
Exactly.
And like, well, what the fuck? Yeah. It's okay for you, a female, to act like that, but whenever a man does it, we're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, so when can I express myself? I guess we can't, because we're too crazy, but it's okay for y'all to act fucking crazy, but and speak your mind and criticize, but whenever a man does it, or we've grown up or whatever, we're like, we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you raised us. You raised me. You know?
Yeah. And that's what I was leading on to, because, you know, most of the time as men, we're told that the not really only acceptable emotion is anger, but that's what's expected of us. Mm-hmm. As soon as we start speaking up or saying something, it's already anger. Like, why are you angry? Or why are you mad? Like, I feel too. You know, I got shit to say. Shit's on my mind. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the times when we suppress it, it becomes anger, and then we call it strength. But it can be a point of strength, but it's not really, you know, because that shit fucks you up inside.
Yeah.
You know?
It gives you so much strength to where you shut everybody out.
Yeah.
And even your loved ones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's like, what the fuck? It's not cool.
Yeah. And it's crazy because this way that we've been going, you know, with the men's mental health in particular, which our mental health is fucking, it's killing people, bro.
Yeah,
the men's suicide rates is the highest. You know, among people, men have the highest suicide rate. And we already know, bro, it's bad. It's fucked up. It's really, you know, because whether we like to believe it or not, silence is deadly and loneliness is deadly. You know, thankfully, you know, you and I, we got friends, we got me, you know. I mean, we got people we can outlet to, but there's not only so much that we can do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's pretty tough, bro. And especially us raising young men in this fucking world. Like me and Bug, we have straight up conversations, bro. Like me and him sit down and have conversations. You know, and I tell him that it's okay to express how you feel. And I told him I'd rather you let me know how you feel than hide it. You know, I said, no matter what it is. I even told him, I said, if you feel that dad is wrong in any sort of way, tell me.
Same. Draven calls me out on everything.
Off the jump.
See, I don't even have to fucking tell him. He calls everybody out on everything. And it's like, oh, my bad. Shit, okay. Or he gives me an idea I didn't even think of or whatever. Like, hey, try this. Oh, okay, cool. Right. Why didn't I think of that?
Right. All right. You on to
Crazy.
Something.
What's up, bro?
Crazy. What's up? Justin's going live from where?
The Gram.
The Grizam. Going live from Mr. Graham. Yeah, but it's crazy, bro. So, like, what's really going on is that men are starting to walk around with levels of anxiety, you know?
Extreme levels of anxiety.
Yeah, fucking, and it's in different ways, you know? Everybody's different, you know? You're fucking with depression that you can't name. You're angry all the time, and you don't even understand why. You know, and it could be a trauma that you buried like fucking years ago, and it's eating your ass up, you know, and it's coming to the surface, you know. So if this for any of those guys out there that are dealing with this shit.
You know what pisses me off is when you bury that trauma, whether it be in the childhood or a few years ago back, and it's somebody who you're supposed to confide in brings it up. It's like, why the fuck are you taking me back to that place? Yeah. You know, that's the old me, or that's in the past. Why bring it back up?
They always want to dig you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're trying to change or something, they'll always try to pull you back. Like, nah, you remember? Like, yeah, I do remember, but that's exactly what I'm doing. That's in the past. You know, I'm moving forward from that. You know, you can bring the shit up all you want. That's not me anymore. You know? Yeah. I've dealt with that a lot. Yeah, dude. And it's crazy because you think about it, there's men that straight up don't cry. Like, I have some people that believe that I've never cried in my life, and I'm like, yo, like you're obviously wrong. You know, y'all just don't know. You know, and I've had people tell me literally to my face, like, you don't feel emotion. You're like an emotionless person. And I'm like, you really don't know me, do you?
If only you fucking knew.
Yeah, if only you fucking knew. You know. And another thing is that the shit going on is that men don't really have a safe space to talk, you know, because of that. You know,
not to cut you off, but I've been seeing lately in a atypical video that you shared a couple of days ago. It was a podcast. Yeah. Podcast is what, like...
That's it.
People are finally coming out, or men are, about their feelings and stuff like that, and it's like, damn, at least... I'm hoping they're listening, you know, and shit, you know, because it's all right.
Even if someone doesn't listen, to just get the shit out, you know, because it needs to be out. Yeah, no matter what, bro.
Crazy said, unhealed trauma causes a ton of issues without knowing.
That's right. Shout out to Crazy. Crazy knows. We all come from that shit.
Definitely.
You know, and it's in various different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a family trauma. It could be something someone did. Anything.
Yeah, anything.
You know, that somebody did to you. And there's another fucked up stigma that I hate is and I've felt this way, and I'm sure you have before, I think all of us have, is that you feel invisible unless you're producing something.
Oh, yeah.
You know, unless you bring some sort of something to the table, you're non-existent.
Yeah, everybody takes instead of gives.
Yeah.
And especially they expect that from men.
Oh, big time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's going to hear what you have to say unless you have something to provide, you know, and I think that's fucked up.
Yep.
You know, what were we just doing right now? You were on Instagram. There's a girl on a video. She got like 46,000 whatever, and she ain't doing shit but dancing, you know, and you let a guy like us put our emotions out there in a video. Ain't nobody going to say shit.
Hell no.
Ain't nobody going to be out there like, you strong, man. You go, bro. No. You know, nobody's going to give a shit,
Nope.
which is crazy. You know, that in itself is crazy to me, bro.
Yeah.
You know, especially with us as men, you know, that think that our worth is tied to our paycheck, you know, or being the rock for everybody. You know, eventually that shit's going to give out. You know, eventually your legs are going to give out from under you and you're just going to crumble, bro. Yeah. You know, you're going to end up on the other side of a rope somewhere.
Yeah, well, let's lighten up the conversation about what you said about, you know, a female can just shake her ass on Instagram and get all these views. Well, what happened last night when I went live on fucking TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I went live on TikTok. Like, we were supposed to air this episode last night, but hadn't seen D in like a week. You know, we're catching up, chilling. So by the time it was like 1 o'clock, we're like, fuck it, bro, we'll do it tomorrow. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's go live on TikTok, see what's up. So we started having these people jump on and get some random comments, some bizarre shit. You should have seen the ones the first time I was able to go live. Anyways, so this random chick on there was like $100, $200. I was like bidding. I was like, what the hell is she bidding on? And what did you say? What did you say? Something about my nips.
Oh, yeah. I was like 500 because you were saying that like somebody's saying 200, 100, and I was like, all right, it was like $500, and you can see Justin's magnificent nipples.
Yeah, and then she was like bidding again, like 200, and then this random dude's like, no, hell no, I don't want to see that. That's literally all we said. I have my shirt on. You know, yes, I'm sorry, I'm blessed with perky nips.
It's true.
And you can see them.
It's true.
You know, fuck, I've hated it all my life, but I'm embracing it now. And the crazy thing is I got banned. All of a sudden, the live fucking cut off, and it said you, whatever, exceeded guidelines of sexual. But it's okay for a woman to be half naked.
All the time.
Or basically fucking naked on social media, and they don't get banned.
No. They be doing some crazy stuff on there,
so that's
dude.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And that goes to show, like, men have no entitlement or no voice whatsoever.
Yeah. No. Okay, so that ties back to what I told you the other day that I saw. So I'm not going to say no name. I don't even remember her name. There's a video I came across, and it's this girl that's on, like, some spiritual journey. They're all on a spiritual journey, right? So she's on, like, that spiritual journey. She quit, like, I guess doing, I think she quit smoking weed and drinking and stopped doing OnlyFans. Oh, and yeah, I think I told you. And then she comes back on this video.
We talked about it last night, yeah.
Yeah, she comes back onto the video and she's like, you know, I'm a strong woman, this, and then, you know, I got to provide for myself and this and that. So it's just whole heartbreaking that I'm just announcing that I'm going back to OnlyFans. And all these people, dude, hundreds and hundreds of comments, men and women, like, don't let nobody tell you no different. You're strong. You're this. You're that. And to me, I don't know. Okay, I may be a little harsh on my views, but to me, it was just her making a sad way, like, you know, doctoring it to make it look sad, that to announce
she wanted people to feel sorry for her.
Well, not only that, but just to announce that she has an OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? To let people know in an emotional way.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so they'll be like,
so don't forget to have a special this month for $2.99. So please, I'm going to jump at.
Yeah.
Go get a real fucking job.
Go get a job. Go get a job. You may not be able to have the lifestyle you have. You may not be able to have all the nice shit you have now. Yeah. But your fucking dignity will be intact. Your journey you will be on more so if you did that than going backwards. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's complete bullshit.
It is.
And
bullshit.
Oh, bro, if we were to do something like that, man, you're weak, you're this, you're that, you know, you're a piece of shit. We all knew you wouldn't, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. There ain't no support.
Imagine the backlash we get from all the women that don't even that. The fucked up thing is we get so backlash on women that fucking are against OnlyFans, but they'll stick up for her.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, they're like, oh, I'll never do OnlyFans, but she's a strong woman. Blah blah blah. Like
she's doing what she has to do. To support her 3 kids.
Yeah, dude, wife. Let me go out there and shake my wiener to support my son.
Yeah, I mean,
and let's see the kind of love we get. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Locked up in jail the next day. Well, but it's okay for a fucking female to do that, you know? I mean, I don't know, man.
You know, and don't get this wrong. I'm not bashing women.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not, and we're not.
You know, I love women. But I love y'all.
It's just it's a lot easier for them, and they get away with so much more.
So much more. You know, there's no support for us. We are supposed to be the support. You know, and then I've been seeing that shit too. I have this love-hate relationship with social media.
Oh yes.
You know, because I see that shit.
We were talking about that a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Dude, I just see it all the time. All the brainwashing that's going on. There's constantly women on there that are just like, this is what a man's supposed to be. A man's supposed to be this. Don't tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am and what I do. Don't tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to be.
Or what gets me lately is a lot of, you know, females living that double life and ruining good men.
Oh, yes. Yes. Look, I left a comment below a video I watched the other day that I told it was something about being like in the friend zone or whatever, and I left a comment on that video, and I was like, man, the friend zone is my safe space.
Yeah,
I was like, because I'll put myself in the friend zone, because if you would have seen what I've seen from the friend zone, it makes you just want to stay there. You know what I mean? Because
especially nowadays. Fuck that, man.
Oh my God. And it's been an ongoing trend, and this is not with just, you know, it's not everybody's like this, you know, we're just speaking in generalities, is that what I've been noticing lately, being single and talking to people and other females and stuff like that, and it's just they are starting to realize that they are the problem in their relationships.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not even sorry about it.
No.
You know, it's like, I am the problem. I know I'm the problem.
Here's another comment, crazy, which is stating facts. Here's the difference. Women need the emotional sense of being seen or heard. Men only care about facts and accomplishments.
That's true to a sense. That's true to a sense. I don't think we need so much the emotional support, man.
We do, and we're kind of talking about that.
Yeah, I would say not
every man.
No, but I'm saying we don't need validation.
Yeah, validation.
Imagine if you're going through some shit, right? And just say a female friend of yours just gave you a hug and said, "Justin, it's going to be all right." That would be more than enough.
Yeah, true.
You'd be like, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, I really appreciate that. Thank you. You know, just that.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need validation from the world.
And it's crazy, like, you and I, we both have a lot of friends that are girls, you know, that are just friends.
Yeah.
But do they check up on us and make sure we're doing okay?
No.
Nope.
No.
Not one.
And
they only fucking reach out to us when they need something.
Or when something's wrong.
Or when they need that support.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I won't say that they never reach out.
Yeah,
they do reach out. They say, hey, how you been?
Yeah.
Which is okay. You know, they're not going to know what I'm going through unless I tell them, which that's my own fault at some point. I can take accountability for that sometimes I just don't show what I'm going through.
Yeah.
You know, I don't say anything, you know. But, no, if anybody else just reaches out and say, man, I just wanted to check up on you and see how you're doing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. That's why we talked about it already. I think me and Justin, we're just going to go ahead and get married. We're gonna
Chuck and Lariat, man. Fucking why not?
We're gonna Chuck and Lariat. We're gonna go ahead and just be civil partners.
I mean, why not?
So we can get all the benefits.
Yeah, y'all can take that with whatever the fuck y'all want, but we're completely straight. And this dating world sucks, and we just put our sons first. But I mean, fuck, man.
It's just funny, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny, and this is all in the spirit of mental health.
Jumped on.
the June's Mental Health Month, because it's real, man. R.I.P. to my boy who I always wanted to hang out with, but never got the chance to Anthony Bourdain.
I know,
dude.
man.
If I could hang out with Anthony Bourdain, that would have been the shit.
Yeah.
Shout out to Robin Williams.
I was going to say Robin Williams next. I really was, man.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Good Will Hunting yet,
I think most people have.
A lot of people haven't.
Well, I think if
not
you're
a lot of this new
no,
era.
no. I was gonna say, I think if you're from like back in the day, you've seen it. That movie's fucking incredible.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Applesauce, bitch. Yeah, I don't know, bro. How do you feel about men's mental health? Being a man,
it needs to be all fucking year.
All right, we need to have a shut off time.
Yeah,
I get it, y'all. Women, they'll even tell you, dude. Like during their menstruation, they'll be like, "Don't fuck with me for these next few days."
And let me back up when I said that. All year. I'm not saying they feel sorry for us, what this episode's about. But I mean, just let us be seen and heard more.
Yeah,
and don't freak out whenever we do.
Yeah, Yeah, and there was also, this comes from back in the day, that the social stigma, this is from women and men, or from women to men, if men show their emotions or their, if they have breakdown in front of their woman, that is a weak point to the woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she'll use that against you at some point.
Yeah, you're a little bitch.
Or something, right?
I don't know. It's... Either way.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever used somebody's weak emotional state against them?
To be honest, back when I was younger, yes.
What do you
mean? Past relationships, just, over stupid shit and stupid argument or something, and I would, I would feel bad afterward, but it's like because they would do it towards me.
So like a get back?
Yes and no. But it wasn't like what goes on now, Oh, you cheated on me, I'm going to cheat on you to make it right, but let's still be together. Or I'm going to hit you and you hit me.
Yeah. And this is not only for men's mental health. We were talking about this the other day, how women can stay with men that have beat them. Yeah. That's nuts.
Or cheating.
Even cheating.
Cheating, man. That's like... And what's fucked up, too, is words, man. They're just using words, being in that, just arguing all the time and being cut down and being called a piece of shit. You ain't worth nothing. You're not a man because...
Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. I've been told all of that.
Same.
Yeah. Same. And it's crazy, bro, because at some point you're like, whatever, fuck what you say. I'm not going to let it affect me or whatever. Yeah. But down the road somewhere it creeps in.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're having like a bad day,
and especially if you're hearing that from someone that is supposed to love you and you love them back.
Oh yeah,
it's like, what the fuck? Where did this come from?
Yeah, and that's emotion that was hiding somewhere.
Yeah, this is how you always felt. Why didn't you tell me this to begin with?
See, that's one thing about me is what scares me more, or not scares me, I would say hurts me more, is the shit that's not said. That comes up later.
I hate that.
That comes up later. I hate
having those when you're with somebody in those first, few months or a year, and you have those arguments, and they're just quiet the whole time, and they don't say anything. Yeah. And then, but years down the road, then they just let it. It's like, well, what the fuck? All of it. Why didn't you just speak your mind or walk out that door then? Save us both the heartache.
Yeah. I know. Trust me. So I've realized that about myself from being single, No matter how much I like you or love you, I know this is something I've had a personal realization about, is that if you do me wrong in any sort of way, it will never go back to the same. Yeah. I'll never be able to, even if I try. Yeah. Even no matter what, I can try my hardest. I could do everything in my power to try to make things like they were, but it won't. Yeah. It just won't be. And I realize that shit about myself. So
I'm the same way, but I take it to kind of the extreme, man. Like, because once I know, and I'm like, I'll block them. or I'll like tell them like, hey, yeah, or whatever. I'll completely I just completely like that's it. Like you get one shot, and then that's it. Like I can try, like you said, I can try to be cool. We can try to be friends or whatever. But no, you show me your true colors one time or one night, and like lose my number.
Yeah, that's it.
Or whatever. Like it's like, and then I'm such a caring person, man, and I'm the sensitive one, So I'll apologize for what but I'm like, but you take it the way but it's still gonna. This is how I feel. You can still reach out to me. I'm not, but. Or maybe, I don't know. It just depends. You know what I mean? It really does depend. But once I'm done with somebody, I'm done with them. And that's male or female.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of, good guy friends, in the past couple years, and stuff like that. Like, because just over stupid shit, bro. It's like, like, nah.
Yeah.
I'm moving forward, not backwards. I don't need this shit.
Yeah,
I did nothing but be a good person, and you took advantage of my, like, nah.
Yeah, I think as of lately, me personally, I've been like the king of cutting off.
Yeah, same.
And I won't give because I don't need to give any explanation.
Exactly.
I just stop. Stop. Months go by, weeks, months go by, and then they hit you up like, hey.
Yeah, like.
What? What?
Like,
it took you this long, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Or you know what I hate, too? Like, the ones that you're still, like, cool with, like, or whatever, and y'all have, like, a confrontation or just whatever about anything. And instead of them expressing their feelings to you in person, they wait a day or later or whatever and then text it to you. Or a message. It's like, why the fuck didn't you just say that to me?
Just say it. Just
whether it be good or bad.
Yeah.
Lately I've been getting a lot of good stuff like, oh, thank you. But why didn't you just say that to my face?
Yeah. That too. Okay, so this one is for the women out there. If you got a guy friend or a boyfriend, I don't give a shit. Some guy in your life that you're just being complete B about, tell them, to their face.
Yeah.
If you're sorry, I don't know what happened between y'all. I don't know. Just tell them straight up to their face. Yeah. Because, like, shout out to Crazy, man. He's like, guys, we like the facts.
Yeah, well, he just said he's all saying because once they show you who they are, I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's it. Exactly. Guys or girls, once you reveal who you really are, se terminó, I'm done, bro. But it'll never go back to the same. No matter how I try.
And that goes for like broken relationships. Like why give that second, third, fifth, eighth, ninth chance?
No.
Even after couples therapy or the people that don't even want to try to seek. I think after like the third or fourth chance, like it's done.
For me,
why even try to seek that? I mean, and that's cool if you want to save your marriage. Try to do the right. But
I just think it'll always be there.
Yeah,
no matter it's gonna linger.
Yeah,
it's like a bad fart. Yeah. It's just gonna linger, bro.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. That's why, as much as I could, I can't go back to my past. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gone.
Nobody should.
It's gone.
Nobody should.
Even if you can, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's just gone. So let me ask you this: do you think you can be strong and sad at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Think that's a possibility?
That was me the past 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean that's tough.
Yeah.
No matter for any guy.
Yeah.
That's hard. Do you think you can be masculine and need help?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Why is there a bad stigma around? You can either be one or the other,
Shouldn't
okay.
have to be.
Can you be a protector but also need protecting sometimes?
Yes.
Right?
That's what's having a good woman by your side.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or a good friend.
Yeah, in our case, a life partner.
or a good friend or a good family member. Anybody.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that goes to the last one, is that do you think you can be a man and cry, feel, and heal all the same?
Yes.
Be that same man.
Yeah.
Right? I think so too. You know, and I just hate the social stigmas around all that shit.
Oh,
man.
well, that's what that's what everybody goes to, what everybody's on, what's one click away or one swipe away, what everybody, not everybody, but majority, I would say 90% of the fucking world does.
Yeah.
When they wake up in the morning before they go to bed.
Swipe away? Yeah. I was actually listening to that. Actually, I was eating earlier. Shout out to...
This motherfucker's always eating.
Yes, I am. Shout out to Dahlia Thai restaurant. I absolutely love y'all.
Love them.
Oh, dude, they had fried chicken ramen. Oh. Anyways.
What? Fried chicken ramen?
Yes. It's delicious.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
You don't watch anime, do you?
Not really, no.
Okay. I was going to say, all right, so if y'all if y'all do watch anime, my bad. If y'all ever see the noodles that they eat in an anime episode of any of your choosing, that's what those noodles taste like. What you think they would taste like is that fried ramen. It's so damn good. So good. So good. So good. What do you think? What is your take on therapy?
Seek it if you need it.
Like going to therapy. Do you think you could do it?
Yeah, I think I could.
Yeah? Go holler at a therapist?
Yeah.
I know you too.
All right, crazy. It was like, but even that is hard because as a man, who can you trust with your vulnerability because they can use it against you?
That's true. That's true. And that's the dilemma, you know. Especially being guys, you know, you can't really share your vulnerability with certain people because like that, they will in turn use that against you. But if you got some real homies, crazy, you know us. Yeah. You can share your vulnerability with me.
And you can come cry with us, bro.
Come cry with us. Let's be vulnerable. Together. I say we make a group, bro. We got to make a group in town here for the bros.
Let's do crying yoga.
Oh, to Deftones.
Yes.
Some heavy metal yoga.
No. Hold on. No. Let's do the R&B.
Oh, man. From the top, boys.
From the top.
Yeah. I'm down with that. Now, what would you do in the case where you just reach out to somebody if you were on the verge? Okay, let's. I don't want to get morbid, but suicide. You ever thought about it?
No.
Not even.
I mean, no, not. Maybe as a kid, not suicide, but I just wanted to like run away and get away. You know what I mean? Yeah, not really like I want to take myself out of this world, but remove myself from this situation, from this place.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, no, I definitely feel that.
Yeah.
I met a lot of runaways as a kid.
Yeah. But I've had friends and that on flirting with that suicide or have done it.
I mean, I've thought about it. I was close to an attempt a few times, but I don't know. Something just wouldn't let me go through it. Like go through with it. The first time,
too much to lose.
Yeah. Well, the first time was when Boog left to California. I was on the rails then, bro. A lot was going on, and then when I had that bout with anxiety, which came out of the blue, that was another dark time. That was like kind of like you, man. It was like a 6-7 month period of like I should have just kept myself on suicide watch. It was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, when I was going through it too, it wasn't so much suicide, but I just, like I said, like I didn't, it didn't cross my mind, but I just wanted to remove myself from that place or the situation, and I wanted it to get better. Yeah. And I didn't know how it was going to get better, if it ever was going to get better.
Yeah. That's where I was, like you start. So I had a pretty solid, mental fortitude, but at some time, like I said, your legs you just give out.
Yeah.
You know, they just give out from under you.
Well, I remember I kept, and I was just like, I'm tired. Dude, I mean, I wasn't that. You saw me. I was down to 160 pounds. I couldn't eat. I had to force myself to eat. How depressed and anxiety, and it was bad.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people that know you don't even know you went through that shit.
No.
You know, they don't even know that was going on in your mind. You know, yeah, it's nuts, dude. It's crazy, and that's another thing is as men, you know, we don't speak out. You know, like you talk to me, and I'm sure you had other people you talk to that are close to you. Yeah. But I mean, an average person wouldn't look at you and be like, "Man, something's wrong with that dude."
Yeah.
You know?
I had one person notice it when I was working at Take 5. Fucking Brandon. He was like, "Damn, man, you're kind of." Well, he's just like, "I don't know how you're doing it. I don't know how you're showing up to work and doing this. I don't know either, man. But I got to."
Yeah, no, my coworker. Well, I would spend a lot of time with my coworkers. I mean, we worked every day together, so they started to see the changes. You know, they were like, "Man, because I would get real withdrawn, real quiet. You know, and
same.
They would literally like
I would just have tunnel vision, or like I would see for miles, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
and then they would be like, "Hey, man, are you good?" Because they know me. And that's not like me.
Yeah, same.
You know, like if I'm not actively talking and laughing and making other people laugh and shit, something's wrong. You know, something's really wrong. Yeah. And they noticed it, and I did a round of therapy, but even my therapist told me I didn't need therapy, which is nuts. I don't. Yeah. And I mean, I have to say, I know I shouldn't, but man, she was fine, by the way.
I bet she was.
Yeah. No, but she was like, we were going through the whole session, and she straight up told me, she's like, honestly, Donovan, I don't feel that you need therapy. And I was
okay, so I know the type of talker you are and how you can get a whole life story out of somebody. So you know how therapists aren't supposed to share their story.
Yeah, someone's hauling ass.
Yeah. Speak their problems to you.
Well, yeah, no.
Did she?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
No. We chopped it up. It was like having a normal conversation like this. It was like having a normal conversation, except that it was my first time in therapy, so she was just kind of taking in everything I was saying, and I told her how I handle the situations mentally the way that I do, and she was like, And
did you cry or get emotional?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, hell yeah, bro. Yeah. It was hard.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and she was like, honestly, which surprised the shit out of me. She's told me blatantly is that she said, I just feel like you have everything under control. And I was like, I don't know if therapists are supposed to say that, you know, but yeah, I don't know. If anybody's a therapist out there or have been to one or know how the process works, are they supposed to tell you have everything under control? Because
I think I'm no therapist, but I think if I was one, I mean, how many sessions did you go, or was that?
I went for like 3.
Yeah, I would think maybe after 30.
Yeah, or something.
She can tell you that? Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Or something.
Fuck, after 3, damn.
Yeah, I don't think they're supposed to tell you that. But anyways, that's what she told me. But here's what I will say, is that maybe she did it in her best interest, or actually, I'm sorry, my best interest, because her telling me that once I left the office, I was like, well, shit, if a therapist is telling me I got it under control, then I got this shit. Yeah. And I walked up out of there feeling like...
Is that reverse psychology?
Yeah, reverse psychology. Yeah, I feel like me walking up out of there was like, yo, man, I got this shit. My therapist told me I got this shit. Yeah. You know?
And you know what the crazy thing is, too? Like, going back to that, people don't realize they have a problem, or when they do that, because they're tired of hearing it from their same people, like their family, their friends. So when they go to a therapist, they need to hear from somebody different, you know, somebody that doesn't know their lives.
Yeah, someone that doesn't.
But even at the same time, they don't want to hear it from them. So when they don't want to, then you got to realize, like, fuck, you have a problem.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, and here's another good thing that I do a lot of reading too. podcasts also. We do one. I listen to a lot of them. Shout out to Mark Manson. I fucking love that guy. The author of that. Damn it, here I go.
In relation to Charlie Manson?
No.
I hope not.
No, Mark Manson. He wrote the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Yeah.
And then he wrote another book called Everything is Fucked. But anyway, he goes on to say that the thing that we struggle with the most as society itself is that we are not good at feeling bad. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense to you. So so if, for instance, if you feel bad, you can download an app that sends you positive messages every day.
Yeah, that
right?
helps. I've known that's helped a few of my friends.
But see, that in itself is not self-soothing. That's just external validation from an app that doesn't know you.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it goes back to all the way from like being a baby. Like, you know, when you're supposed to let babies cry because they learn how to self-soothe, you know.
Or let kids be kids, man.
Yeah.
And that goes back to, we've talked about in other episodes, or, you know, like, this is a soft generation.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They don't know how to feel bad. They're once you get some sort of adversity, you're looking for the quick solution.
Yeah. Or like when kids are in the playground and playing with other kids and they fight and get over things, or they fall off the slide, or and get, the parents are there. Oh my God. Like they're kids. Like accidents are going to happen. Cuts,
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
When Boog moved back, my son's mom had a real hard time with that. We were at the park one day. He was still a little bit, and some kid hit him in the face with a ball.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's an accident.
No, we stood. No, this kid was an asshole.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, so, he's an asshole kid.
One of those.
Yeah, I would have totally punched his mom, but I don't hit women.
Yeah,
but. No, so I saw it happen, and so did she. So I stood back, and then she was about to go. I said, no. Let him figure it out. I was like, let him process what's going on, And you can tell he wanted to cry, but I'm sure if she would have went to him, he would have. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, no, stand back. Let him emotionally figure it out.
That's crazy. Something similar like that happened like 2 summers ago. We were over there at the playground off of Hausman, where I used to live down there. There's that really nice playground they have like a trail, and it's like that. The other side of the street's like a library. Anyways, so we get out there pretty early. We went to Duck Donuts. I got me some coffee and got us those Oreo donuts.
Fire, dude! Shout out Duck Donuts.
Yeah. So went over there. Went to go play. So it was during the day. It was pretty hot, but of course, whatever. We took them. So there wasn't that many people there yet, and there was these two kids fucking playing. And on the thing, and Draven's doing his own thing. I play out there with him. He takes his toys and stuff like that. A little bag of like Hot Wheels or whatever. Where these kids were like, I guess they knew I don't know if they knew each other, but they started like playing with each other, and they were singling Draven out. They were playing and like, and they were being like little shits, And I was there, and but they weren't being like physically, but they were like telling them, you can't be over. I was like, hey man, I was like, look, and their parents were around. I was like, look. There's a whole playground out here, man. Don't be blocking him off from there's y'all can play, y'all play right. There's stuff like that. And they kind of like, whoa. Yeah. And none of the parents said anything, and I said it in a respectful way, it's like they were being, because Draven's a little kid, like he's tiny, bro, and I knew we were gonna have an issue with that, with him being picked on and stuff like that. So, and he stood his ground, you know what I mean? He was like, he would just go around them like fuck. They would try to like block him off and do dreams. It's like fuck you, dude. Like And I said, and he kept doing that. And I noticed, and they were teaming up on him, man. Like no, I was like, hey, y'all just y'all have a whole playground yourselves. Like, there's enough room for all y'all to play. Like And I was waiting for one of their, the dad or mom would say something. They didn't say shit. Yeah. And I was like, cool. And then Javen played a little bit more. And I started like, I got on the fucking playground with them and started doing, dude, so you're gonna fucking stop me, But I was being, whatever. And then he was like, all right, Dad, I'm ready to go. I was like, cool. I was like, yeah, because these fucking kids are pissing me off.
Yeah, let's get out of here before I slap a child.
Yeah, no, I was like, I hope this fucking dad says something or whatever. But whatever. Like,
No,
get the fuck out of here.
So when Boog came down, spending time with me was a little different. He wasn't used to it.
Yeah.
Because I would see him for weeks on end, when I would go out to California, but him being with me full time, it was different because he was just being with his mom, so he was really, really, really sensitive when he got here, which is okay. That's fine. But yeah, he's a total different kid now.
Yeah.
Completely
Draven
different.
too, man. And it was crazy because I'd have to go through that transition when I would have him in the summer, and I saw that how sensitive and he needed, just ran to mommy for everything, and and I'd have to toughen him up, you know. It only would honestly would only happen for like that first week if he was there, the first few days, and after that it was cool. Yeah. Yeah. And now him being gonna be 8 in August, like.
Yeah, and that just goes to show.
He wants to live with me already.
That's what just goes to show that they do need their fathers, and guys, y'all need to be present in your kid's life. And that's part of this is part of men's mental health, but it's also a lot of us are fathers, so you got to be mentally good in order to take care of your child. You know what I'm saying? Not only that,
and more importantly, to take care of yourself.
To take care of yourself.
If you can't take care of yourself, how can you take care of somebody else?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Your own child, your spouse, family, friend. Yeah. So, and that's another thing is that we just need to be present as fathers in our children's lives. And I'm super damn proud is that most of my friends, I wouldn't say most, all of my friends that I know, I mean, you, Josh, Jeff, we're all good dads. We're all present dads in our kids' lives. My brothers are all there for their kids. Everybody's there for their kids, and most of us grew up without dads. I mean, you had your dad, but he was gone most of the time. Yes. I never knew my dad growing up. Josh never knew his dad. Jeff was kind of the same. His dad was there, but just kind of not there, and but Chris and Jay, our dads were not there at all, so it's just, but we all turned out to be good dads, and that just goes to show, and that's fire, bro. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Men's mental health, bro. Yep. So if anybody that's listening to this episode, men or women, but it is men's mental health. Like, drop us a comment or reach out to us if you want someone to talk to.
Hell yeah! If you're going through some shit and it's really affecting you, I know you. If whoever does this, you may not even know me. Hit us up on social media and say, "Hey, I love the episode. I really need to talk to you about something. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm going through some shit."
And if you just want to DM and not speak, directly.
Whatever, dude.
We'll comment back. We'll have a whole conversation.
I'd rather have a conversation with you as a stranger than lose you as a stranger. You know what I'm saying?
Tomas.
What up?
He's another one. He comes from a broken home too, and we turned out just fine.
School's for food. Look at me.
Yeah,
man. I don't know. I just felt like this episode's important.
Oh yeah,
because it's not talked about enough. Okay, it's okay to not be okay, guys.
Yeah,
you are allowed to rest.
Mental health.
You're allowed to fucking heal. Okay,
in your own way.
In your own way. Just don't drown in the bottle.
Yeah.
Don't drown in the bottle. Don't drown in
As you
snow.
say that, I'm taking a sip of
but this is this is a every now and then type deal.
That's all I'm having tonight.
We're not drowning at the bottom of a bottle somewhere. No. And if you are, seek help, man. Seek help. I know people that are in recovery and doing great with that. So just seek fucking help.
And the crazy thing is the past 5 years when I was going through all this, I would drink. I would drink with you, but I wasn't down in the bottom. I wasn't getting drunk and making stupid decisions and letting that control me. It makes me happy. I'm the same person on it. But and it's crazy. And and to some of my family members, you're doing this. Like, it was only my family members, and they're looking out for me. But it's like, have I changed since I'm happy now? Like, it wasn't affecting me.
Yeah, no, there's a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to, like, alcoholism, there's a difference. You know when someone's an alcoholic.
Oh,
like,
yeah, definitely.
You know, you're not waking up in the morning with a beer in the shower with your breakfast, you know, a beer before you go somewhere. Like, nah. Yeah. You know, I don't know if you've drank all day.
I've had shower beers when I'm getting ready and like start the night. They're fucking awesome. But yeah, you know what I mean.
I mean, like waking up with the shakes. Like I need a beer. You know,
or I need to grab that bottle and pour myself a drink. Like, fuck.
It's not that serious. Now, if you have like a drink after a long day,
there's nothing wrong
you're
with
sitting in the tub, you're chilling, or you about to go out with your boys. You know, you have a little pre-gamer.
Long day of work.
You know,
excuse me. See, this. I'm winding down with this, but a long day after work, and you just fucking want to kick off your shoes, turn on, watch some sports, grab a ice cold beer out of the fridge. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Enjoy the beer.
Yeah. You know? Just don't let that be the problem because you have a problem.
Yeah, no. Then it becomes a problem. Yeah. I think that when you use anything, now I'm cool. Like if you smoke weed, cool. If you drink beer, cool. I don't care. As long as you're not using it to cover up something, you know what I mean? That's when it turns into a problem. Now, if you're just doing it like to have a little nightcap, cool, whatever. You know, glass
release
of wine.
Some stress.
Yeah, release some stress. You're trying to roll up a doob after work.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. Sit outside, smoke your doob, go inside, do your thing.
Or your cigarette, or your cigar.
Yeah,
you know,
whatever.
Whatever.
You know, as long as you're not using it to cover. Now, if you're doing like 4 packs a day, all right. Sound like Farmer Fran. Yeah, then there's a problem. You might want to cut back on that. You know,
just a little bit.
I had an old co-worker. Shout out to old Jimmy. Yeah, old Jimmy. But he was an old cat, bro. He was, you know, he was in the Marines, all kinds of shit. But he was like a 3-pack a day guy.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how them old heads like that, they can live that long, man. They do all that, you know, stuff like that. But once they give that up, it's like, oof.
Yeah, well, he was an older cat.
Yeah, their body becomes immune to it.
His daughter was really nice, sweet girl. She was like, I think she was a teacher in Austin. I don't know, but she did yoga too. Anyway, I caught up with him.
Yoga?
All right, it's a crying yoga because I need a schedule. No, I caught up with him, bro, and he stopped smoking completely.
Damn.
Yeah. But he was already in like his 60s. He stopped smoking completely. He started fucking doing yoga. I was like, yo, he was like one of those hard asses. You know what I mean?
Man, fuck you.
Yeah, I was like, and on top of that, he was from fucking Wisconsin. So he was one of those, one of those New York, you know, those type motherfuckers, those real hard motherfuckers. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I stopped smoking. And I was like, what?
That's what's up.
Yeah, he's like, well, it was when I used to talk to him, he's like, I've been smoking since I was like 12.
Yeah, you believe it.
You know, all the way up into his 60s, and then he decides to stop. So that just goes to show it ain't never too late to fucking stop.
Self-control.
Mm-hmm. Self-control.
Nobody can make you do it but yourself.
Mm-hmm. I know, y'all may not think it's a problem, but it can turn into a problem. Too much wanking.
Dude,
I'm chafing.
I'm chafing. Speaking of that, did you know, and not to put you on the spot, Terry Crews, because you're a funny motherfucker and you whip my ass, I'm sure, but I think I saw this like a year or two ago, he admitted that he had a problem of like he was addicted to porn, and he's a married man with kids.
He was addicted to wanking?
He was addicted to porn and
a
masturbation.
A lot of people are. Well, see, the thing is,
he come out, I was like, whoa.
The thing is, a lot of people are addicted to porn. They just don't know it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem that taboo, because you're not wanking off in front of everyone.
That movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and what's Charlize Theron, or what is it? Where he's from New Jersey and he's addicted to porn is basically what it is. What is it called? You've seen it. I think I've told you about it.
What? Which one? Which movie? Is it an old one?
It's like 6, 7 years old, 8 years old. It's can't look it up on my phone. It's a name. It's his name. Whatever his character's name in that movie.
Oh, then I don't know. I know I've seen it. I'd have to watch it.
He's addicted to porn, and he can't have a girlfriend because and he gets all these girls, but at the end of the day, and then like he goes back to porn and waking it off.
Just has that wank.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Damn, what is it called, bro? It's a good movie. It really is. It's got, is it Charlie Theron? Well, he finally gets this girl, this bad chick that that lives in New Jersey or whatever, stuff like that.
And say what the accent.
They have dates and stuff like that, and like he's like, what the fuck? Like you're with me, but you gotta have porn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
The she wank?
I don't know. She was one of those ones that a girl that doesn't do that. Like, she doesn't need to.
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I don't remember the name of the movie.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
But yes, the reason that people don't feel like they're addicted to porn is because they do it in the privacy of their own rooms. Now, if you were doing it in front of people, then people would be like, hey, dude.
Hey, what the fuck you doing?
Hey.
Put that shit away.
Put that thing away.
It's crazy because people do that shit, bro.
In front of people?
Yeah, it's like I've heard of shit like that on the news and people like in New York and shit like that.
Flashing people?
No, like just dudes fucking homeless people jerking off on the subway
what?
Yeah, bro.
A subway jerk?
Yes. Yeah, bro.
I've never been to New York, so it wasn't me,
bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, like flashing people and stuff.
No, but I've heard of rumors of
just
guys
a good old
getting
wank.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But I mean, they're homeless. They don't have privacy.
Yeah.
Now, if you had an apartment or a house or
like on fucking like on a road trip where fucking was it Andy Dick?
Oh,
when
yeah.
he starts sucking on her toes and shit on the bus. And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
it wasn't Andy Dick. It was oh my
yes,
God.
it was Andy
Dick. It wasn't.
Oh no, Andy Dick plays the clerk.
Oh yeah, he's the
dude
clerk.
who was it, dude?
Oh my God, he fucking directed the Joker. Oh my God, I gotta find out. Hold on.
Yeah.
Keep talking because I forgot.
But yeah, there's fucking weirdos like that, man.
And he's had several different cameos in movies like that.
Yeah. Damn, who is it, bro?
I forgot which. Fuck, dude. Oh my God.
It's not the dude from Half Baked.
No. He's that porn star looking dude. Todd Phillips.
What does he look like? Oh fuck, I can't see.
It was Todd Phillips.
I can picture his face, but damn,
he looks like a porn star. He's had several different cameos in movies like that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, no, it was fucking Todd Phillips, dude.
Todd
Phillips.
But yeah, man, just it's.
Yeah, sorry we got off on the wanking thing, but
yeah.
But that could also be an addiction. So
yeah, I mean, yeah,
and
women too. Oh, you know what? You know what's equivalent to guys' porn addiction? What is it called, man? Me and a coworker talking about this. It's about women that read those sexual books and they get lost in a book because they're caught up in the fantasy of they're single women that they want to be. They dream up this dream guy and they read those love novels and they get off to him, bro.
Really?
It's called a thing. It's called a thing. Yes, like 50 Shades of Grey type shit.
It's called a thing.
But it. He said a name for it, man. It's the type of books that they make, those love novels, but a lot of these women fucking read them and they get off to them, bro.
It's a thing? Yes. Like there's a name for it?
There's a name for it, bro. Fuck. We were talking about it just the other day at work with my coworker.
What is it called?
I don't know. It's a weird name. Someone with an S.
It's like a phobia or no?
Well, I mean, it's the female version equivalent to like being addicted to porn, but they get lost in. Well, hey, some chicks are addicted to porn too. They won't come out and admit it.
I don't know, man. It's not really.
I don't know, but
there's a name for it.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's a name for those type of books, But there's girls that fucking do that, man.
Get off the books. Yes. I think that's kind of hot.
I mean, it is.
I'd rather her do that.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean, that's the closest thing I can think that's equivalent to.
But there's girls that are addicted to porn. They just don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. Or they'll be like, no, I don't watch porn.
Oh, yes, you do. Women watch porn more than men. It's statistics. And you know what was fucking crazy? A few years ago, they came out with a statistic that,
Pathetically.
So, and through their search histories and research and all that, all these porn sites, women were going on more porn sites than men.
Oh,
A,
shit.
and B, the top search for most women was men that look like grown men that look like teenage boys.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. That
But
was
do they
the
get
top
thrown in
search.
jail or
Oh,
anything
hell
like
no.
that for
I mean,
that?
some. Have you seen those teachers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do that.
Hell no. My teachers look like the lunch lady.
Yes, from fucking... Not Matilda.
I mean, there was one in there, too.
Yeah, Matilda. Yeah, I was trying to think. I didn't think I got the name title right, but it was.
But, yeah, no. The top search was, like...
I thought you were going to
men.
say something about dads.
No. Grown men that
Yeah.
look like young boys. Yeah. And this
That's
was
fucking-
probably... I mean, I wouldn't say recent, but this was probably maybe like 6 years ago.
I wonder what the search is for men.
To
Pull up your history, bro.
my history? My porn history?
You look it up right now on the computer, bro. No, you
What,
got your
top
laptop.
searches?
For middle-aged men or men that... What is it? What do they search for in porn?
Let's see.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be teenage girls?
No.
It's going to be some fucked up shit.
No, I think it'd be some funny shit.
Or, yeah. I don't know. Let's see. What is it going to be? What is it going to be?
Now we're all curious.
Yeah, I'm curious. I hope the listeners are. Well,
Let's see.
There's really nobody
this
on the
is,
live now.
This is something from 2024.
Oh, that's recent.
It's okay. Told you. Less complicated. Let's see.
People that dress up in anime.
I don't know what that means. It says an X-rated website unveiling its most popular search terms for men in 2024, including a kink called less complicated.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
They just want less complicated women, even in sex. Damn. Thank you for this episode.
That just goes to show.
God.
Men's Mental Health Month, bro.
Fuck. That is crazy.
Golly.
See,
Okay.
we're simple.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Damn.
Revealing that, okay, this is not for men, but I mean, it's for like everyone, that hentai was the most searched word on the planet, right in front of MILF, lesbian, and anal.
Who's Anel?
Hey.
It's anal, dumbass.
I have a boy named Anel. Shout out to you. Shout out to Anel. He's married to a good friend of mine.
Okay. What's hentai again?
Think that's like the anime porn.
Okay, I said Or no,
Yeah.
I said like people that dress
What?
up like
Now I'm
anime.
really curious
I don't
as to
know what
what
hentai
less
is.
complicated is. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
So most search terms. This is 2024, guys. So we're a little late to the party. So MILF topped the charts. They got Pinay, whatever that means.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what the fuck
I
that
don't know.
means. Yeah.
Lesbian came in third.
Okay, I can see that.
Anal,
Anel.
anime.
Yeah, see, I said anime.
Yeah, there's just a lot. What's at the very bottom? Teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But I want to know what less complicated is.
Oh no, what's the other one? The first one, the hentai, or what is that?
Hentai.
What is that? Search what hentai
That's
is.
like the anime porn.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Duh. My bad.
Well, hold on, man. Now I want to know what is
Less complicated in porn. The genre of porn or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't know. That is weird. I mean, that's it's not weird, but it's like fuck.
the less complicated kink. This is by Search People. The less complicated kink can refer to various practices, but one example is pet play.
Okay, so you want to be
which involves engaging in a playful interactions with animals, such as using collars or leashes. This kink is often considered one of the safest, most consensual, allowing individuals to explore their desires in a low-risk manner.
I've heard of shit like that.
Excuse me?
I've seen like, not seen, but come across like, what was documentaries, not of that, of porn, but of like people pretending, or they think male and female where they're an animal. And they're convinced that they're like a dog
I've
or
understood
whatever.
that. That's.
I mean, I guess that falls in the category, but it's a kink, and I don't know.
Oh, man.
That's not the less complicated I thought of.
Yeah, right. So what would you think that would look like?
If I was searching less complicated in porn, I would think it'd be me coming home after a long day of work, both of us. And you're married, like, come on, let's go to the bed and get this out. Nah, it's not Friday. It's scheduled, or this ain't your birthday, or whatever. Like, hey, like I want it when I get home.
Just like let's get it on.
Let's get it on without any questions asked.
Yeah. So that's less complicated.
Yes, I don't want to have to fucking beg for it. We're married. We're in a relationship.
If you got to beg for sex, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like it's done.
Yeah, you're toasted.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's interesting how we make porn a part of Mental Health Month. But it's a thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing. We went from addiction to action. Now this is pure curiosity.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this shit? But yeah, dude, I don't know.
It's crazy.
Shout out to y'all if you're addicted to porn. You don't always have to be.
I'm not against you, man. It's cool. If you're addicted to porn, it's cool, man.
I think you might gotta stop every now and then.
What?
You might want to take a break.
Yeah, man. Just come on, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't be like Justin out here.
What the fuck ever? No.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you just gotta laugh shit off.
Yeah, you do, man.
That's another thing that's good for you is laughing.
Oh,
Find somebody that'll make you laugh.
Yeah. Stay skinny forever.
I mean, I've even made bartenders cry.
Oh, I've been there. I witnessed it.
That's so bad, though. How you can walk into a bar and just make the bartender cry.
Yeah.
But only just to make her realize how fucked up she was.
Yeah. Or we fucking make them realize there's a problem and they agree. Man, y'all are so fucking cool. Because I have friends that tell me otherwise. Well, they ain't telling you your truth.
No.
They're not your fucking friends.
If somebody is being totally agreeable to 100, like, to
when they know you're fucking up and you're doing wrong, they're not your, and you know it, but you're here like, oh, well, maybe I'm not. Nah, fuck
no. I gotta absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know how short the leash is I have to keep on Justin.
No, check this. All right, so we hung out with some of my friends. Shout out to Sticks. We hung out a couple weekends ago, whatever, and stuff like that. And it was prior to we had like we went out actually a week ago. It was on a Wednesday. And we went out, it was a good time. It was after we did the episode, after we did the fuck it episode. And I guess I had that fuck it attitude.
Yeah, I think we just went on with the fuck it attitude.
I think we did. Yeah, we both did. But of course, and I was feeling good. Man, we were in a good mood, whatever the fuck. But I guess I was the rude one. And I've gone up to people that know me. I'm not fucking rude. I'm not. I just come, if you don't know who I am, the way I talk or come out. And I even, because I hadn't seen Sticks in a few years, man. And I met her like 7-8 years ago. And, and I've asked other people. And I was like, Sticks, I'm not rude, am I? It's like, no, you're not a rude person or nothing like that, and stuff like that. So it's like, see, I'm not, until you get to know me, I don't know, man. Like, I'm the sensitive one. I really am.
Shout out to Sticks.
Yeah,
sweetheart,
cool.
man.
Sweetheart.
Super
She's
cool
awesome.
person.
But it's just crazy, man. Like, how unless women, unless they're it's not that they're into you or whatever like that, but unless they're not being told or what I'm trying to say, unless they're not telling them what they want to hear or whatever, you're going to come off as an asshole or being rude without them.
Yeah.
Because how are you supposed to talk and get to know people? You know what I mean?
No, I don't think I've ever been called an asshole. I've been called an asshole, but that's all. Okay,
I've recently been called an asshole, and I am, but not really. Not
so
right from
here's
jump.
the thing. I am the inverse of that. I get called an asshole by people that know me, and I get called a sweet guy by the people that don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, most of the new people, male or female, they're like, man, you're cool. So it's like, and an incident happened a while back, and I went and talked to, one of my local bartenders, cool as shit. Shout out to Stephanie, she's cool. And I told her what happened. She used to bartend at that place, and I was like, and she's like, you're not rude, you're not an asshole. I'm surprised that happened. I was like, thank you.
I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah, Stones was. Fucking
Shout out
bro.
Stones.
God damn. But that's what I'm getting at, you know. And I've been told, you know, like I'm hard to read, or you know, or you do the way you say things. It's like, yeah, that's just the way I am. Like, you know, I'm blunt, and I'm on. But until you really get to know me, I'm not a dick. I can be, or I'm not. I can be. And that goes to show.
Anybody can.
Yeah, exactly. We've talked about this before. Every guy can be a dick, and every girl can be, you know, the B word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, shout out to all the men out there.
Yes.
For June, Men's Mental Health Month. If you are having a problem at all with anything, whether it be alcohol, porn, drugs, anything like that, seek help.
Yeah, seek us, man.
You know,
reach out.
Reach out to us if you're having some issues. You know, we'll be more than happy to chop it up with you about something. But with that being said, that's all we got for you today, folks.
Yeah. Stay tuned for Scream Yoga.
Yeah.
Or Cry Yoga.
Yeah.
Scream or cry. Whatever the fuck you want.
Whatever you want to do.
Bring a pillow if you want to scream and cry.
Downward facing dog and scream.
And cry.
Nah, but yeah, we love you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see y'all on the next episode.
Peace.